Okay guys, so we are actually at Publix right now. My husband went in to get $5 sushi day. So anyway, I thought I'd catch up with you guys. So today I had pulmonary function testing. And I was kind of worried about doing the testing because I had chemo yesterday and I'm very up and down with fatigue right now. So I was worried that it was going to show on my test that I did worse because of just not being able to give it my all. That's what I felt like. Well, after I did my, my lung test and then the 6-minute walking test, we wait and talk to the doctor. And we also go over the chest x-ray that I had done of my lungs a couple weeks ago, and I was very nervous about that. And of course she comes in, no expression on her face, and I'm just like, oh great, But because of the chemo and me doing treatment, my lungs haven't really changed. Like the x-ray showed that the inflammation and all that fibrosis that I have hasn't changed at all, which is good. You don't want it to be worse. But I did show some improvement with my lung function. I used to be in the 20%. I'm now in the 40%. Well, not the function, for the capacity. And my lung function test improved a little bit. Not a big number, but it improved a little bit with doing treatment, which is, you want treatment to be doing something. Now, what she said is, this just means, no, it's not a cure. It's not fixing anything. It's keeping me stable until I see transplant again and get on the list. So that's the end goal, is to keep me stable like it is, improve some numbers, and get me to transplant and then get on a list and go from there. So I finally left a pulmonary appointment with decent news. I was so terrified that I was going to hear that I declined, or I never get my hopes up high, because scleroderma is unpredictable. A year ago, I was unable to even finish a 6-minute walking, and a lot of that too is because I was heavier. And my husband even said, I notice things more now because I've lost so much weight that I can move around easier. Now, there is no difference with my breathing, even though I lost a lot of weight, because, well, I have interstitial lung disease, and nothing's really changed, with that. But there has been days where, in the house before I've lost a lot of weight, I couldn't even walk without oxygen in my home. I had to use oxygen. And that was before any treatment was even started, too. I would get in coughing fits. Then anxiety attack would happen because there's nothing to do to stop it. So it was just one big mess. But now I'm able to walk around, even outside sometimes, without oxygen. If I'm going somewhere that, if it's Walmart, I have my oxygen. I have my oxygen right now at my feet. And it's crazy because when I sit, I'm at 99, 100%. But as soon as my feet touch that floor and I start walking, my oxygen and heart rate, my oxygen drops into the 70s, and then my heart rate skyrockets. Now, she is putting in a referral for me to do a heart echo because they want to make sure I'm not getting any signs of pulmonary hypertension. So, alright, well, my husband's coming, so we're gonna go. Okay, so my husband bought this thicker jacket coat for him. It is very thick and very soft. He got it at Walmart, 3XL. He doesn't wear a 3XL, but he likes it. You want your coats to be cozy and not so tight. So he got it in the biggest size they had in this color, because it was this one or the black one, and there was a few other colors, but he wears black a lot. That's his color. I said, why don't you get gray, a dark gray, because it'll look good. And he also got him some gloves, and our oldest son matching gloves. Me and the other 2 kids already have gloves and hats. I'll show you. Okay, so we have a lot of gloves and hats. So these are going to be mine. These are backups in case, I think my oldest daughter will wear those. My husband's wearing these. My oldest boy has these. We have cotton gloves for my youngest. So what I'm going to do is double up if he plays in snow, if there's snow while we're home, but it looks like there will be. I'm going to make him double up, and then I'm using these plastic gloves that you use when like you're dyeing hair, latex gloves I have, and that way it keeps them from being wet. So it'll be okay because they're never outside longer than 10 minutes. But I have this extra pair, and this I will also bring just as a backup. We have all these hats. This is my youngest hat. Another hat. We have this one. This is my husband's hat. My daughter's hat. Another hat for my husband. My oldest son will wear this one. And then we have this one for my youngest son. I have my own hat. It's just not, it's already packed. So I'm going to be good because I also have hoodies that, and my jackets come with hoods. So I'm going to be good. But we are all good. And my oldest son has this St. Louis Blues. Well, no, it's not St. Louis Blues. I thought it was, but it's the St. Louis Blues color. But anyway, he's got this scarf that he got in St. Louis. So anyway, so we have, I guess it is a St. Louis Blues scarf. Anyway, I want to call it St. Louis Blues scarf because of the colors. So he has this that he wants to bring. So here we all are with our winter stuff besides the coats because that's hanging up. I'll pack those last. Okay guys, so the only thing left to do for gifts is we have to get my best friend and her family a gift because we're doing Christmas with her. We do it every time we come home. So she has 2 kids. We're going to get her 2 kids something small, and then her and her husband. And then that's it for really like buying gifts. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm making gifts for teachers. So my youngest, his teacher is getting a cute gifts that I'm making, that you take 3 aluminum cans and you paint them to look like, one can look like an apple, and I put her favorite treats in it. The one is gonna look like a pencil, and I'm gonna put pencils in it. And then the next one looks like a sheet of paper on the outside, and I'm gonna put some other like school supply stuff in it for her. So it's gonna look really cute once it's all done and I finish that. I am getting my oldest 2, they're picking their favorite teacher to give a special treat to them because they're in middle school. They have several teachers. We can't afford to get every teacher they have a gift. That would be crazy. So their favorite teacher is going to get something like their favorite treat from them. Nothing too crazy, just something to show their appreciation because, you know, teachers deserve a little pampering. They put up with a lot that, you know, you wouldn't want to put up with, but they do because that's their job. So treat your kids' teachers on all holidays, especially Teacher Appreciation Day. I wish we had the money to do something great for them. I would love, 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 but anything is better to me than nothing. And you'll be surprised with how much, you know, they like homemade stuff the most because it shows you're putting more thought into it. So I love doing that. One year when my son, I think it was when he was in kindergarten, no, it was in 1st grade, I took a block of wood, 2 of them, I made it into a name plaque shaped like a pencil, and I drilled holes in the top so she could put a pen, pencil, whatever she wanted in the top with her name on the outside and the helper teacher that she had as well. So stuff like that is very unique and creative, and they love it. And it's simple. It cost me nothing to do because I already had the extra like school supplies at home and the wood and the paint. So I didn't have to go out and buy anything to do it. So be creative, look on Pinterest. You'll get plenty of ideas. Of course, we are definitely loading up on this for the car ride for my husband, mainly for him, but I do sometimes use this for little minor aches that I have, but this has been helping his back. He's been using something else that the chiropractor gives him, but I told him, you need to get some Icy Hot for this car ride because I'm definitely going to be putting this on him whenever we stop and making sure, like, you know, to keep his pain as minimal as we can. So I'm glad I remembered that. Okay guys, I totally, with my wave of energy, cleaned up my closet some more. So I used to have a lot of bags right here. Got rid of those. Look at the back of my closet. So I had moved the bags to right here. I emptied out this tub, so now there's only 2 comforters in that and my pregnancy body pillow that I still use. Hung up all my pajama onesies that were up there and all that mess, and I put up my couple of baby books, not all of them, obviously. My husband's diploma's up there now. All of his past military fatigues and retired uniforms he's worn over the years. Cleaned up there. That box has baby clothes that I'm keeping that I'll put away later on. But everything is now organized and in the rightful place. All the clothes are hung up, the top and bottom. Everything looks so good. And I have our sheets to our bed and extras right here for now. So, yeah, all done. Look how more easily it is to get in here and spacious. This isn't going to be like the final look because I want to get shelving put in, but this is good for now. So back in the day, I used to sell Color Street nails. And if you guys don't know what Color Street nails, look them up. They're amazing, but it's kind of like how Jamberry was really popular, but these are better. Like 100%. It's 100% real nail polish strips. Comes with, I don't know if they're different now because it's been a while since I've been selling these, but you know, you can read that. Yeah, they're amazing. And they last just like if you went to go get your nails done. They're great. So I just found all my samples that I have that I wonder if they're still good. So I'm going to open one, test it out and see. And if not, I will just throw these all away. But if they are still good, then I will be giving out lots of samples as to go with gifts for the women in my family. So hope they enjoy. Hey guys, hopefully this setup is okay because I'm literally bouncing my camera on a sandal on my shoe rack so I can video this. I'm in my closet because my kids are in various rooms watching TV. My husband's watching wrestling in the living room. So this is the only place I have to go that is fairly quiet. The lighting is very crappy in here, so please forgive me, and I look a hot mess because it's the end of the day. But I wanted to get this video out, kind of go over with you guys my appointment that I had today. So today was an important appointment. It was my pulmonary appointment. Every few months I have pulmonary function testing, and what that is it's a breathing test, like 3 different types of breathing tests, and then I do a 6-minute walk, which is literally me walking for 6 minutes with a pulse ox on my finger, but because I have acrylics, they put a pulse ox monitor taped to my forehead. So that watches my heart rate and my oxygen, and I just walk for 6 minutes, and then we were gonna go over my CT scan of my lungs that I had a couple weeks ago. So today I was really nervous because this can determine that my lungs could be getting worse or just not doing anything. And yeah, so I was very nervous about this appointment, but I was actually shocked that this appointment turned out to be decent. So after all was said and done, we went and talked to the doctor that, you know, I've been doing chemo. This is the third round I've had, which was yesterday. That the whole goal is to keep my lungs stable and to improve some function a little bit. It's not going to fix anything because, you know, I have fibrosis and inflammation in my lungs, and that's just not fixable. So we weren't expecting like it to fix anything because there's no cure for, you know, interstitial lung disease and for scleroderma. Well, there's a fix, but you need a double lung transplant. And even then, that's not really a permanent fix because scleroderma can still attack your healthy new lungs. It's just managing it. So anyway, we're getting off track. So she told me that the good news is my CT scan didn't show any decline, didn't show any more damage. So everything was the same with that, which is good. I'd rather it be the same than worse. So that was okay. It was still like, you know, disheartening to like see no slight improvement, like not even a little bit, but we're not expecting improvement because like I said, there is no fixing this. But my lung capacity, hold on a minute, my son just turned the TV up like really loud. Okay, so anyway, so my lung capacity was in the 20s. It is now in like the 30s, which is good. That does not mean anything is fixing. It's just because chemo is helping me breathe a little easier and keeping my lungs stable. My lung function, the numbers only improved like a few numbers, so that's good. That's showing that my lungs are functioning a little easier with chemo. So everything turned out to be good news today. Nothing's declining. I asked her, you know, what is the goal after we do chemo, because I always want to make sure we're on the right page. And I know, you know, just for me, that I know what she has in mind. So the whole point of this chemo is to keep my lungs stable and for me to get back to transplant at Mayo and get on the list, because I've already done everything I need to, from, you know, with gastric bypass to lose weight and to fix the GERDs. So now is to go back to transplant and do what I need to get on the list and start working on, you know, all their testing and stuff that I have to do. Because with the disease, with scleroderma and interstitial lung disease, it's unpredictable. It can take weeks to months to years to show decline, and then all of a sudden it can just decline really fast. So I need to do what I need. We need to stay proactive and ahead of the situation now and do what we have to do so there's no roadblocks in my way. So it's good, because even though I'm not in a rush to like get new lungs, it's still severe enough that I need new lungs. That's the only end treatment plan for me, is getting a double lung transplant. So after Christmas, the next thing that I have to do is a heart echo. I have to do those every so often because of my lung disease and because of scleroderma. Pulmonary hypertension is always a very high probability with me. With a lot of scleroderma patients, when you have interstitial lung disease, they always want to watch you very closely to make sure you don't, because pulmonary hypertension is fatal for people in my position, because if it's not treated early enough and you're not given a proper like treatment, it can kill you. And that's why I'm so blessed that I have great, amazing doctors and a team around me, because they're staying ahead of everything. They're proactive about everything. They're doing what needs to be done. So I'm nervous about that because I've never showed any signs of anything, but because, you know, my heart is working harder for my lungs, because my lungs is not getting the proper blood flow and oxygen into my lungs, my heart's having to work harder. So there's always a small chance that something can show up. And if anything does, they can address it and then we go from there. I don't want to dwell on that because that will just give me anxiety, and I don't need that, especially with this trip coming up Saturday. There's a lot to do. So I got good news before Christmas. So it was very nice to leave, you know, a doctor's office for once in my life with not, you know, with not bad news. That's never happened to me before. So nothing's gotten worse. Nothing's really majorly improving, but I'm stable. So praise God for that. Some numbers did improve because of chemo. And that's the thing. They said everything is improving, like, is staying stable and showing slight improvement because I'm on this treatment. So that's why they're trying to hurry up and, like, get me going with transplant again, because once that stops, we don't know what's going to happen. And that's what's scary. A year ago, I was in a wheelchair. I was unable to even walk in my own home without oxygen. I was unable to do anything because I was in so much pain. And this was before treatment of any kind. And before I had a pain pump in me. Now, I'm several pounds lighter. I was 247 a year ago. I'm 155. I have a pain pump. I don't need oxygen talking to you guys because right now, if this was a year ago, it would have been a whole different situation. And I wouldn't even have this YouTube channel because it takes a lot out of me. And you guys can sometimes probably hear me get out of breath. I can't catch my breath easy. And that's just part of my issues. But don't know what to say with that. I always have oxygen by me. So I have a tank sitting right off to the side if I need it. But I'm okay. Walking will always be a challenge for me. But I make myself walk. Just because it's some sort of exercise. So, you know, my husband did tell the doctor, you know, there is a big mobility difference with me since losing my weight. I'm able to move, I'm mobile more. And because of my pain pump, I'm able to be mobile more. That was the whole goal, was to be able to do more than what I could. And gastric bypass also helped that. No, it didn't fix my lungs. It's not going to fix my lungs, but it helps me be able to move a little bit, and that is good for your body. And easier on my joints because, you know, when you're heavy, it hurts a lot. And yeah, I still deal with chronic pain, even though I have a pain pump in, but I'm, you know, able to manage it a lot easier. So I just wanted to get on here and share with you guys just what's been kind of going on. Tomorrow I have my last appointment for this week, and that is to get my pain pump filled. And that's a fairly easy procedure. It's literally one stick in my abdomen where my pain pump is. And since I've lost weight, you can literally see the device very easy. I won't show you guys. Don't worry. But I'm exhausted. Today I literally decided to finish up my son's teacher's gift, which was exhausting beyond anything. And then finish up my sister-in-law's baby gift, part of it that I wanted to do. So I got all that done, got my older two's teacher's gifts together. So a lot to do. And then tomorrow I pack. So I will be videoing along the way with that as well. Sorry that this video is kind of like today, but I was really busy. And we were out and about most of the day, so there really wasn't that much to video. And when we're on base, we're not allowed to video in there. It's just the rules, military base. They don't like people videoing, security reasons, so that's why I didn't do any videoing. But I am going to get off here because I have one kid getting ready to go to bed, and the other two need to get ready to get in showers and get ready for bed as well. So I will be back on here tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.